Hey, this is Khadijah.
And I'm Binah. And we're the hosts of Queens of Gossip, where the conversation is real, raw, and almost always funny.
Catch us gossiping about everything and anything from sex, marriage, and pregnancy to work, politics, and finances.
Welcome, everyone.
Hey,
this
everyone.
is episode 1 of Queens of Gossip. You have Binah
and Khadijah. Hey, guys.
We're just going to start off by, giving a little bit of information about ourselves. Just talk about ourselves, see how it goes.
Let everyone get to know the real us. So if you go first, Binah.
Okay, so I'm a first-time mom. I have a daughter, and I have another on the way. You know what? I'm just crazy enough to work while I go through this process with soon-to-be 2 under 2. So growing up, my mom's always been home, so I kind of hope to have that same relationship with my children. See how it goes.
Well, good luck to you, girl, because I don't know how you're going to do it. But for myself, I'm a first-time mom. I only have one daughter, thank God. I don't know how she's going to do 2 under 2.
But you know what? Because in this economy, really, daycare might not always be an option. So, how we've seen the shift from having to go into the office every day, and now being able to work from home is definitely a bonus, one that I do want to, take advantage of.
Yeah. See, I don't know. For myself, I have one daughter, and just how expensive things are, it's kind of hard to think about having a second one. So I'm hoping and praying to wait until a little bit longer.
No, I'm old, so it's not always an option.
That is true.
Yeah, we all know our eggs expire. Just kidding. I'm kidding. That wasn't funny. Sorry.
I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry. Again, like I said, I have one daughter. I'm a loving partner. I'm currently on maternity leave and enjoying it, but also counting down the days until I had to return back to the dungeon.
I think maternity leave is kind of an old term. I think we should just stick with paternity leave because you do have, some relationships where it works a little bit different, so we have to bear that in mind. Maternity leave should really be parental leave.
It's okay. Stand corrected. So yes. I am on parental leave, you guys.
Yeah, because not everybody wants to go on maternity leave. Myself, I technically was off for like 2 months. I did enjoy it, but I feel like my day kind of just passed me by. So I went back to work like 2 months in, and working from home with a small child, it has its ups and downs. If I'm being honest, your day just flies by, but it is nice to still have like that space where you're not completely losing yourself. I know it is an option for some people and they do enjoy it, but
Do you ever miss just,
doing nothing?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Yeah. I know as a stay-at-home mom, it's not that you do nothing. Your day is spent cooking, cleaning, preparing for everyone, but I do that anyway. So having the additional opportunity to work and advance myself career-wise while having some sort of work-life balance is nice.
Yeah. I don't think I could do it, guys. I really don't. I like the peace of mind. I like to be able to take advantage of the 1 year. And if I could do the 18 months, I would. I would. I
look at it this way, though, right? Because in the States, you only get 6 weeks in some cases, right? So even if you get those 6 weeks off, at least you have some bonding time. But I wouldn't have said that like 3-4 years ago when there was no work from home.
Yeah,
I struggled personally when I thought about the fact that I had to go back to work. That in itself would discourage me from trying. Because then you have to decide. You're making a choice between having a family and, working. And if you need to work in order to meet your day-to-day expenses, like it's not an option.
I think it's definitely different depending on what you're doing. So for myself, when I go back to work, my partner, he will be doing we'll be splitting like a shift work almost, where when he goes to work, I'll be home with the baby, and then vice versa. In a way, again, the thing in my mind is I don't trust people with my daughter. And I think that's what a lot of parents struggle with. Yeah. And then it's going to be hard.
Not, depending on their options.
Yeah, exactly.
I know you might have to just put that aside if you really have no other option and you have to go back to work, especially if you're, single parent by choice or by life choices. Yeah. So I know that does come up as well. So it's hard. But I think for us, the purpose of the Queens of Gossip podcast, right, is just to, provide a safe platform for women for people, anybody, to really just listen in, provide us with feedback, talk about things they might want to hear, you know, how other people experience things and stuff like that. Like, I know when I was first becoming a first-time mom, the TTC community, right, trying to conceive community on the TikTok platform was a huge, like, source of research and information for me. It was a community where people, you know, talked about things that they experienced, things that they're worried about, you know, and they give you information. Like, say you want to know about something in particular, there's like hundreds of people out there who may have experienced and had nowhere to share that information. So hoping that this will also be that type of platform.
Yeah, like a really nice community for us all to come together.
But also, you know, gossip, because who doesn't like to gossip, right? Remember, we're called queens of gossip, everyone.
Exactly, what you hear. Yeah.
Come here to hear everything and anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, with that being said, a little bit more about us. We are cousins, actually.
Oh, yes, that's right. On our mom's side.
Yes, so that's how we met. We met from birth.
Mm-hmm. Repping that Guyanese flag out here.
Well, Guyana doesn't really know us, to be honest with you. We were born and raised here in Ontario, but we have the background, which is fun. We like to, you know.
I visited. It was the best 2 months of my life. Let's just say that. You know, I'm born and raised in Kitchener, Ontario, around that area, right? And it's like, Guyana's a whole nother world.
It is. It really is.
It's peaceful.
I don't know. It depends on where you go. I have to still, you know, some places in Ghana were a culture shock for me. But even if you try, like, I have the ability to switch my voice to have the nice.
I wasn't blessed in that way.
Yeah, the nice Creole background. Like, I can switch my voice to speak like that. You want me to do it?
I'm not blessed in that way.
No, I can switch back and forth, but it got mixed up because I've been around a lot of Jamaicans as well, so I kind of switch it between Patois and Creole. So I'm gonna try to do something there. I don't know.
I'm just gonna try and understand.
But I say that Guyana doesn't know us because if we were to stay there for a long period of time, they'll just look at us and know, like, you ain't from here. You don't belong.
I'd be gone in a heartbeat. No one would be able to tell the difference. And the only way they might be able to tell the difference because I enjoy my food.
Well, the thing is, when you were there, what food did you eat?
Everything and anything, man.
You can't say that in front of everybody because that could mean anything.
I eat street food from Food Cooked at Home Big Rats. Yo, I do not have a preference. I will eat anything that smells and looks remotely delicious.
But see, I was told it's the fish. The fish. That's king.
Yo, man, I went to the fish market. That's a whole other story.
Yes.
I've never smelled fish like that. Before I even got out of the car, I could smell fish.
Wait, did you like can you taste the smell, or is it the
No, man, it's just the smell. And then the one benefit, though, at the fish market is they will cut, gut, and clean it for you so you can go right home and consume. Whereas down here, you always got to be a little bit leery.
Oh, yes. And then you get to wash everything down over here. It's a different lifestyle. It's definitely a great experience.
Okay, well, you know, share a little bit of information. I went to Guyana for about 2 months in, I want to say 2020 for the Christmas holiday. Actually, we missed our flight back, and it was like, oh, may as well enjoy our time here. And, I was there for the Christmas holiday and New Year's. And let me tell you, like, when I went to school, I was just about the books. So when I went to Guyana on vacation, let me tell you how I lived. It was like a whole nother experience. Street parties, food. I've never been out of my house at 4 a.m. Walking home inside the door at 6 a.m. at night. I lived a life. You
didn't walk alone, though.
No, man. The amount of men that would like to, you know, socialize with women down there, like, it can really be a huge confidence boost.
But mine was like, again, I went when I was 13. I only went once.
I was 27.
Okay,
living life.
See, it's a whole different story. When I went, I was intimidated because people are whistling at me. And
man, they whistle at you. They offer you seats. They offer you drinks. You can't even get on a public bus without someone offering for you to sit in their lap.
Yeah, the whistling, right?
It was phenomenal. I mean, obviously, these are things that some people might call discrimination, but myself, I was a very, very studious child. I think most people call it sheltered. So let me tell you.
A square.
Yeah. I fully enjoyed my vacation. 100%.
I mean, see, I would like to go back as an adult. I went as a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
It was a whole different story. My parents, my mom is from Georgetown, and I was able to spend a lot of time with my aunt and just being in the city, and I loved it. But I had to spend some time in Berbice. And it's not my place, you know. It's more countryer field, and just it was just something. Every time I went, I was just like, "This is brutal. Like, let me go back somewhere else than here." Like,
You know what, though? I don't care about the countryside because, like, when I'm hearing the rooster crow at 6 a.m., I know my life started. I like the one big thing is I felt like although I got up early, like you had a routine. You'd get up, you know, you sweep the floor, you'd make breakfast, and you go for your walk. I felt like my life was peaceful. Like it was calm, it was peaceful. But then come time to like party and like chill and hang out, it's like when the nightlife turned on, it was like a whole nother experience.
it's different when you're older. I'm telling you, as younger and like.
Well, as a young person, you should really be in your bed. Yeah, because, you know, as a young person, really, you're supposed to be focused on your books. At least that's how I was.
I mean, I guess it's different for everyone and what they were raised and how they were raised.
I was raised school and home. I don't know about you.
See, I was raised with school and home, but I also had a lot of fun. So my parents allowed me to branch off and kind of go to semi-formals. So,
I don't even know what that looks like.
Yeah. Well, don't get me wrong. I started off, and I'm going to try to be completely different when I'm raising my daughter. But I was allowed to go to certain things, but not everything. So,
Okay, I don't want to say that it wasn't allowed because then it makes it seem like my parents were extra strict. It's just, it's not something that we discussed or had a need for, I guess. I don't know how to put it, where it's not like it's not a permission thing. It's just something that we never asked to do, I guess.
Were you guys scared to, though?
I don't know. I just never liked people growing up.
I didn't like people either, but I also didn't want to be an outsider. So I
hated my like middle school, high school experience. All I could think about is being done and getting into university or college where I felt like I could be myself.
See, I don't know. I had a social life.
I didn't have that.
I thought it was important. I think having a social life is very important.
As soon as I was legally allowed to work, I jumped on that employment bandwagon and I never looked back.
Oh, I was volunteering. I had a passion to be a teacher.
Yeah. No.
Yes. So I went to school to be a teacher. I did everything in that direction. And that was my hobby. My thing was going and volunteering at church groups and like being a social butterfly.
My goal in life was just to be in a position of power.
See, totally different perspectives. I would never want to be my own boss. I like to work for somebody, then go home.
Okay, I'm not going to disagree with that because self-employment is not for everyone.
No.
And like personally, it's not for the weak of heart.
No.
I like my 9 to 5. If I have to be 9 to 7, I don't care what it is. Corporate life is the way to go.
Yeah.
But like self-employment,
see, and I did the corporate world. I can't work from home. I've learned that because I've done it. Can't do it.
I love every moment of it.
To be honest with you, when I work from home, I'm the one who is cooking, cleaning.
Oh man, I do that.
See, that's dangerous.
I do that, cook, clean, sleep, but I still work. Like if I know I have to put in an 8-hour work day, I'll be that person up at 6 in the morning because I'm like, okay, I can put in a good solid 4 hours of work, take a break, get my house chores done, and put in more work.
See, that's where my problem is. I feel like when I have to work. Wait, when it's time to work, I have to my mind is just strictly working. I need to do my work and not focus on everything else. It's kind of like a vacation from my reality for a bit. And then when work is done, it's like, okay, now it's family.
Multitasker.
See, no, that hurts my head.
I learned that from young.
Well, see, doesn't that give you anxiety? I struggle with anxiety.
No, man, I do too. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to imply that I don't. Like anxiety is like the top of my list, but I feel like work from home gives you a sense of freedom that having to commute to the office and sit down and someone's like constantly supervising you. You just feel like you're in jail.
Well, see, that's different. So, for instance, I work where I'm physically active. So I like the commute because it's kind of like time for me to listen to my music. And I like to listen to my loud soca, downtown music, whatever, just kind of having a party.
I hate driving.
Oh, I love driving. I will drive everywhere. Like I have no
I got my
problem.
license at 24 maybe.
I didn't waste any time. I was 17, girl. I was like, listen,
I love the chauffeured life.
See, I don't like to be driven. I hate to be driven. That's where my anxiety.
Okay, the only reason I sometimes will have some regret is when I'm I'm sitting there waiting. I'm like, what the hell?
See, yeah.
I've been waiting for like an hour for someone to pick me up. Like, let's go. I got stuff to do. That's when I don't like it.
I think I was more pushed because I used to work at Bigamans. Shout out to Bigamans. That was the great first time job, and I did not like waiting. So when I was done work, like I said, I like to have that type of control where I'm done work. It's home time, or it's my partner's time. Like we have a date, we have things to do, or my daughter now, like knowing that I'm going back to work.
You know what's funny though? I used to be a punctual person, and then I had a child, and for some reason I can never get out of the house on time. Like my partner is very punctual. Like leave me behind if I'm not in the car punctual.
Well, see, he works on you. I don't know what happened with me. I'm the opposite. So ever since I had my daughter, and now she's only 3 months, so it's not that big of an experience. But I'm noticing I'm on time more.
You know. I can't even, you know what? I don't even have the energy to make myself look somewhat presentable most days, which really hurts me because like I used to be this person who was like all about looks, right? I worked in an office. I had that entire like office personality right down to the shoes. And it's like I had a child and it's like, yeah, no. I don't have the energy. I can't even leave my house on time.
See, I guess I'm a different. Like, listen.
I know, right?
But see, now I feel like after having a child, I love my curves.
Oh my
I
God.
was so skinny.
Yo, man, I was slim. I was like phenomenal.
But listen, I don't think skinny is it. I think you got to embrace your curves, your everything. You know what I mean? Like during pregnancy, I like what it did to the boobs. The boobs are huge now, and then the booty is just looking great. Like you got.
All I have to say is that you want to hear a bit more. You check in to Queens of Gossip every day, any day, all the time. You have something to say, right? Like we're gonna talk about sex, relationship, jobs, maternity leave, what should really be called paternity leave, like everything and anything. You have something you want to add? Send us a shout out. Send us a message.
Yes, we'll be checking.
On all the social media sites pretty much. Well, we'll try. We'll see.
Yeah.
And see how it goes. But anyway, we just want to, give you a little bit of content about what Queens of Gossip is all about.
Yes, we just literally sit here and have conversations, and we jump from one to another. But, we just try to throw it out.
You might hear
there.
our kids in the background, but that's life.
It is. And our next episode, we are going to try to focus what?
I'm like, okay, we're going to be, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yes, we're definitely going to be focusing on pregnancy. With
if I sound a little out of breath, it's because I have a child crushing my pelvis and I need to eat all the time, let alone drink water. I'm just holding it in at this point.
Exactly. So the next episode, we're definitely going to be focusing in on pregnancy. We're going to talk about our past pregnancy. And our current one, Binah.
So you get a little bit of, a little idea. What is it like? What is it really like to be pregnant?
Well, we're going to be honest.
Those who know, you know.
We're going to
you know.
We're going to be honest. We're going to be talking about what the expectation is of pregnancy, because a lot of people have the glamorous
Let me tell you, the struggle was real.
But exactly. And then we're going to talk about what's real.
Yeah, not every pregnancy goes as smoothly as you'd like.
Exactly.
There are ups and downs.
Yeah.
So, it's nice for that information to be out in the world, because when I was going through it, I was like, whoa, is it just me? So it's definitely nice to have some feedback.
Exactly. And we're looking forward to hearing from you guys in the future. Please look out for our emails. We'll be looking at our email requests. We'll be making our Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. So please stay tuned, check in, reach out to us. And we'll also be making phone calls out to others. Join us on these conversations as well. So
we always want to hear what others have to say.
Exactly.
Don't want to send anyone down the wrong path.
Exactly. So there's no guaranteed answers. We are not doctors or anything, so we can just talk from experiences. And that's a wrap for our first show. Yay. Again, please like, subscribe, all that type of stuff. Stay tuned, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Comments.